Cannot afford to snooze. I just didn't put my alarm on snooze as well to wake up. Marab asking Rampage about the 2470. It's the 4570. What even is it? Is it 4570? I can't even remember. I heard it so much. It's the 4075. No, it's the 4570. Hey, everybody, I want to know because the caliber of the gun, you know, because this is Sheepherder 911's grandson. Since you last went live, he had a family and died. It was 2 days. On his deathbed, his last words were, call him fat, rip Jeeper. Thank you for the $5. You're not his grandson. Thank you, though. Impression of TJ telling another fighter he ain't good enough. I just want to be a UFC fighter. You'll never be a world champion. Ever. When are you going to interview Marab? Oof, whenever I got 5 hours free for a question. Have you seen the edit of you at a Trump rally? I have not, but I'd rather not that. I don't really like Trump and that. I'm seeing through it all. This whole salute thing with Elon. He's a plant. He's controlled opposition. They're going to prop him up like this big evil that he isn't because he's a shill and he's a, you know what I mean? And then they're going to defeat them in the next election. And then it's going to be like, the Nazis tried to come back and we defeated them. We did it. And that will be history. He's just, I don't want to get into all that, but I'm done with it all, mate. It wasn't even a salute. It was. Shut up. It was. It wasn't a salute. It was. They told him to take advantage of the fact that you're autistic and always do weird movements. Do a little salute-looking thing. And then now they'll be labeled as the Nazis, and then the Nazis will have been defeated when they rose up under Trump's era in the next election cycle. You guys are dumb. It was a salute. Jesus. Dern versus Ribas probably costed the UFC 300 to 400K at least. Yeah. Yeah. How long before the GFL dig up Rumble and offer him a contract? All right, dude. They'll need a Ouija board, but let's not make jokes about the dead. Okay? Let's move on from that. Happy 1 year, Pookie. Stand your base. I appreciate the 12 months of membership. Whittaker said the biggest surprise about training with Izzy was how good his jiu-jitsu is. Is that just him trying to hype the amount? Yeah, I don't know about that. That just tells me that Whittaker is... I think just Whittaker's small and he's in denial about it. Anyone else? This whole I'm moving to like heavyweight thing. Izzy's got really good jiu-jitsu. I'm like, no, you're a fucking welterweight, dude. And Izzy can get back up against you. You know? Izzy's takedown defense is good, but his jiu-jitsu is his biggest weakness. So the fact that Whittaker says that makes me worry for Whittaker moving forward. Dern versus, other than his boxing, his jiu-jitsu is his biggest weakness, Israel Adesanya. Dern versus Ribas probably costed the UFC 300 to 400K. Yeah, true. View count is massive lately. Congrats on the success. Thank you, man. I'm trying to put out good content and, you know, piece things together, not just some nothing videos, you know. Who runs the world? Whoa, right after that, chill out, man. Kevin Holland is in such a pathetic state in his career right now. If it was him, I would KMS with a 4570. Just stop talking about 4570s, man. Kevin, don't shoot yourself. Wait, what gun is it, Kevin? It's 4570. You don't know what a 4570 is? Now that pisses me off. Fucking Kevin Holland, dude. Base to kick a Chad Marab's Georgian head shattered Umar's little baby hands. Yes, true. Georgian head shattered Umar's little baby hands. Cope harder, Nurmagomedov simps. Get your bones up, son. True. Weak, frail, inbred bones. True. On Schmidt, choke out his friend, impression of him after. Thoughts on Schmidt, choke out his friend, impression. What happened with Schmidt? I don't know what happened with Schmidt. Should I type it in on Twitter and see a clip of him choking someone out? Have we spoke since Schmitty made Tim Welch's dead dog all about himself? Or have we not spoke since then? Nothing comes up when I type in Schmidt. Oh, well. I'm friends with Kevin. It isn't his skill. It's his mentality. No, it's also not enough skill, which is why the mentality exists. Same problem I had in my Muay Thai. He could be champ. No, we're not playing this game where he could have been champ if not for his mentality. The mentality only exists because of a deeper understanding of your own skill level. No, I do not allow this as the official narrative moving forward. But he likes to eat and wants to have fun more than win, but he gets paid. So I don't care. I'm not having that be the narrative. He could be a champ if he wanted to, but he decided not to. He's not getting away with that narrative out of this sport. Georgians are just diet Dagestanis that are better than them in every way. True. UFC was sick when heavyweights were actually athletes. True. When they could roid. Prime Cruz wouldn't crack top 5 today. Okay. Thank you for the $2 Australian. That being said, though, about heavyweights when we're actually athletes. Yeah, there's some. But like JDS, I mean, I think Cyril Gane is just as athletic as him, if not more. Tom Aspinall's more athletic than him. I know JDS was yoked and ripped and a big dude, but athleticism doesn't really cover just being big and yoked because you're on roids. You know what I mean? I do think the current heavies, the very peak current heavies, are way more athletic than the previous ones, other than Lesnar maybe, but without the roids, Lesnar's still a monster, you know what I mean? Hey, Guru, I'm from the US, visiting the UK for the first time to see the JDM card. Any recommendations for places to visit / eat? I'm a huge history nerd. You could go to Bath. There's a lot of Roman stuff there. You can go to Canterbury. You can go, well, it depends how much you want to travel, mate. How long are you there for? Day trip? Go to Tintagel Castle, mate. See the Knights of Avalon, the castle of Tintagel. There's a King Arthur village I used to go to when I was a kid. It's all like King Arthur themed. There's some cool stuff in the UK. Don't go to like London or Liverpool, or not Liverpool, London or Birmingham, but everywhere else is pretty good. Nah, I'm not doing things for money and actions. Thank you. Hey, Guru, impression of Donald Trump going up to Nate Diaz and telling him he's deported for having a Mexican as fuck last name. Nate Diaz, what an absolute fucking cartel member he is. We caught his brother setting fire in LA on the ground. I said, why? Nick Diaz, arsonist, get him out. Thank you for the 5. He started the LA fires. He actually did. Nick Diaz, we saw a clip of him setting fire to a plant on the ground in the street. And what do you know? LA's on fire. It was Nick Diaz. Impression of Holland being robbed at gunpoint, but he wants to G-check him. So he asks what caliber they're rocking and they shoot is annoying, insufferable. 4570. All right. Why do people keep starting leagues like GFL? I know they sign washed UFC talent. The key is to get some viral KOs that go viral and homegrown talent, not unks. I know. KSW is the only like legitimate rival promotion in any way. It won't ever beat the UFC, but they have a stable base, you know? But yeah, I feel like it's just billionaires getting bored and millionaires getting bored and being like, I could host an MMA show. I'm a big MMA fan. It'd be cool if I could put together these matchups against legends I used to watch. So most of the time, these businesses, chat, they aren't even fucking... Sometimes you got to understand businesses can often be just an expense for fun for some millionaires, you know? Rather than like, not all businesses are meant to make money. Some of them are just there to spend money, but to get away with things along the way, like meeting great fighters and getting buddy with a couple top former UFC heavyweights along the way. And you only lost $250,000 on this event or 500K. You know what I mean? So some of these millionaires are not trying to make the money. Hanato Moicano, dude, what a I just messaged him actually as well. I'm going to try and organize chat. Nah, I don't want to say it. Not yet. It gets ruined all the time. Who would you take if Holland fought Paul Craig at 185? I can see another first round excuse for Holland. Thank you for the 23 months of membership. Who would I take if Holland fought Paul Craig at 185? I can see Paul Craig like smushing him and destroying him, unironically. Can you believe some people think Rampage couldn't throw Holland around the studio 45 to 70 times? I do think Holland would probably beat that version of Rampage in like a proper scrap in a studio. Like he'd probably knock him out. Let's just keep it real. Or at least like badly hurt him on the feet and then they get separated. But that's not the point. You shouldn't be picking a fight with a guy who's way older than you like that, you know? And out of his prime. And hasn't been fucking training in years. 4570 killed a ton of wee-woo feather folks. What does that mean? Thoughts on Charles and Max's back and forth? I don't like it. You know, you should be on a 2-fight win streak to fight for a belt, which means you shouldn't put 2 people in the title elimination bout unless they're both coming off wins. Basic logic that we are losing in this sport to funnel free legacy into championship fighters. It's bullshit. Just so if Holloway gets it, just get another fucking great name on his legacy for Makhachev. Same thing, a Volkanovski rematch for Topuria. It's just bullshit, like fucking log jamming title fights with just the biggest names they can instead of like actual variant deserving contenders. Pisses me off.
You owe us $3.3 million. Alhamdulillah. No, you're going to give us the money or we're going to kill your family. Inshallah. I don't understand this money thing, brother.